Hey guys, today we will have a look at the different types of VMs and disks which are available on Azure. These are two of the most important resources, of course, and let's have a look at them today. So the types of VMs we have available are general purpose VMs. The first one, general purpose VMs. These are ideal for testing and development. Then we have compute optimized. So as the name suggests, these are high on computing power. So they have a high CPU to memory ratio. They are good for network appliances, medium traffic web servers, and application servers. We then have memory optimized. These are, of course, these have a high memory to CPU ratio. So they have a high memory ratio power. They are generally used for relational database servers and various analytic purposes. We then have storage optimized, so they have more storage facilities or storage powers. They're ideal for big data, SQL data warehousing, and large transactional databases. And finally, GPU, which is graphic processing unit, and high performance compute. Both of these are generally used for very graphic sensitive, so high graphic intensive and visualization workloads, high powered 3D games, and graphics. Now we look at the pricing models for these VMs. So there are three main pricing models. We have on-demand, reservation instance, and spot pricing. So let's have a look at on-demand. So this is your on-demand is your standard pay-as-you-go type pricing model. So there is no contract. You pay for what you use and when you use. There is no upfront cost. It's slightly expensive compared to the other pricing models because it gives you the highest level of convenience because it is pay as you go. Then we have reservation instance. Here, of course, you have to reserve your VM before you use it. So you have to purchase before you use, so you reserve it for 1 year, 3 year, or 5 years period. While doing so, of course, you get attractive discounts available. And this could be as high as about 30% sometimes. And then finally, you have spot pricing instance. So what Azure does is all the unused VMs, Azure offers them at massive discounts to customers. Sometimes the discounts can be as high, or quite often they can be as high as 70 to 90%. The only caveat being that you start using the VM at this massively discounted price. However, the condition is that if a pay-as-you-go customer, if Azure runs out of VMs and a pay-as-you-go customer requests a VM, then Azure will give you a very short notice and can take away this VM. However, before doing that, it will give you a choice to continue using that VM at the standard pay-as-you-go price. If you agree to do that, you can continue using the VM. But otherwise, these are a great resource as they are available generally at a massively discounted price. Now, let's look at the disks available. So we mainly have two types of disks, the HDD, which is hard disk drive, and SSD, which is solid state drive. On the pictures over here, the one on the left is a hard disk, the one on the right is a solid state drive, and the one in the middle shows both of them. The main difference between both the HDD, the hard disk drive, and the solid state drive is in a hard disk drive, you have a magnetic disk which is constantly moving around, revolving. It stores all the data. It's delicate, so if it falls down, it's a moving disk. If it falls down, the data is lost. And that's why it's not considered to be very reliable. While a solid state drive has no moving parts. It's static. All the memory is stored in chips which are static. And you can see those chips, and that's why it's considered to be more reliable and more robust. The features of these two are the hard disk drives are low cost, but they're also low performance compared to solid state drives, which are more expensive, but they are also more fast. They are faster. Let's look at the ones which are available on Azure. In Azure, you have generally these three which are available, these three type of disks: premium SSD, standard SSD, and standard HDD. The premium SSD are generally called superfast drives. They are designed for performance-sensitive and production workloads. Main examples are SQL servers as well as various data analytic purposes. The standard SSD are considered fast. They're designed for use for light to moderate use. Main examples are web servers and application servers. And then the standard HDD are considered to be slow compared to the previous two, which are premium SSD and standard SSD. They are designed generally for low priority workloads on Azure. The main examples being for typical testing and development work. So this was a small brief on the type of VMs and disks which are available on Azure. Hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you very much. Thank you.